Monday.com sub-items tutorial, how to master them. Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll be showing you guys everything you need to know about creating and managing sub-items in Monday.com. So sometimes a lot of people feel as if Monday.com is a bit too overwhelming, and it is true when you get started, where you have so many different fields and info that you can add, where it can seem a bit too complicated for you to be able to understand everything. So creating these simple sub items that can help you in categorizing tasks, that can help you in managing your tasks as well, can be a great way for you to establish your business and schedule your business and make sure that you reach your goals and achieve your targets on time with Monday. So, how exactly can you do that? Well, particularly, a very important feature definitely has to be sub items. Now, if we go on to Monday.com and its categorizations, this is our workspace. So this is our workspace. Let's just add a description. So this is for team members of Durden. Welcome. Like this, whatever your goals are, and then you will have your board. So in this particular workspace, I have two types of boards. I have contacts and then projects. Now, in your contacts, now a lot of people don't even realize that even within contacts, you can create sub items in a useful manner, even though these are not going to be things that are going to be ticked off. Still, to better categorize information, you can use sub items and sub tasks as well. But before we get into that, let's take a look at actual sub items you can create. So within your workspace, you go into a board. We have a project board, or let's say this is going to be a marketing board over here. Now, within this marketing board, I have a, let's say, mouse promo like this. Now, for that particular promo, we have to maybe run Facebook ads, something like that. Now, within Facebook ads, there is, a lot of stuff that needs to be done. But I don't want to create separate tasks for that because it all falls under the particular task of running a Facebook ad. Because running a Facebook ad does not mean you're just running them. You have to decide on a budget, then you have to choose the ad, you have to get the ad published, you have to apply for everything, and all of those particular steps. So those progress bars are going to be at very different stages, and your team needs to be able to know when you have accomplished a certain stage because that helps keeping your team up to date or in the loop of everything. So we're going to open this particular task up. Now, you guys will see this is just your basic task. You will have your files and then you will have activity logs over here. Then on the top right, you will see you have email preferences, import to Excel, and other info. But a lot of people might wonder, hey, how am I supposed to, add a sub item? Well, to add a sub item, you have to click on this particular arrow over here right beside your task. So if you just create a new task and you move it like this, you can actually create sub items in that way too. Sometimes that works, but the more reliable method for it is to just hover over the task that you want. And then on the left side, you will see this option where you can expand an item. Just expand this item and you will see the option to add a sub item. So let's say we have to create the ad list. That's the first step. And then the second is get approval from manager, like this, manager, whatever. And then upload on Facebook. Let's say these are the three tasks we have. So now we have created sub items and we can tick all of these together. We can do bulk edits as well. And then within each particular sub item, you can set a different owner. So if a different person has to do something, you can do that as well. So let's say the creative, maybe people on the creative side are supposed to actually create the ad. So you can even create those sub items over here. You can also set different statuses for different sub items as well if they are not in a chronological order. This is an example of a chronological order where one task is dependent on the other. If you want to set up your subtasks with non-chronological orders or no dependencies, so if we want an example of a sub item or subtask that is non-chronological, you can follow the same steps. So let's say our second item is going to be brainstorming ideas for mouse ad, or let's say this is going to be a keyboard ad. Now, after that, I can open this up, or I can just open up, the subtasks, and you can add different sub items for a particular person. So if you have 5 people that are supposed to bring their proposals, we can just add those 5 people's names, or idea one, idea zero, idea two, three, like that. Idea three, idea two, like this. And then you can set a different owner for the different subtasks, because a different person is meant to upload their files. And you can create a column over here on the right side, and you're going to click on files. And from here, people can upload the files that they have created for this particular idea. Now, in this way, you can usefully manage all of your tasks in Monday.com with sub items and subtasks. Now, another thing you might be noticing: how can I use these in building my contact board? Well, there is a very useful way that you can actually incorporate subtasks into your Monday.com contact board, because these are not specific for tasks. You can add items, and when we talk about items, it could be information about a client, it could be information about a company, and so on. So a really useful way that I like to go on about with these contact lists is I like to build them according to my business. So if I have the focal people that you are communicating with within a business can often be changing. So what you can do with that is that you can build a particular business group. So let's say this is going to be Marcus and Co, like this. And then we have different teams that are in contact with us. So let's say it's going to be Susan's team. Now, within Susan's team, let's say Susan is the focal person that is going to be communicating with us, and I can click on add column and add all the relevant information and files. Now, within that, I can expand this and go into sub items. Within that sub item, I can add all of the particular people that are communicating with us via Susan's team. So let's say we have people such as Susan, or like Susan would be the default person. Let's say we have Mike and we have Robin, like that. And I can add the different people that are communicating. What this will do is that instead of whenever you have a new person that is communicating, you're like, hey, which team do they belong to? Instead of that, you have a categorized database that you can look at and see, oh, okay, so Robin just emailed us. That means he's from Susan's teams. That means he is related to marketing, so on and so forth. You can actually build up your sub items and make sure that everything remains categorized and easy for you to access at any moment. So I hope you guys found this video helpful and you are now able to master these sub items or subtasks on Monday.com. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions or queries, leave those in the comment box down below. I would love to know what you guys have to say.